Hey friends, welcome back to the Healthy Balanced Mama podcast. I'm Kristin Dovbniak, and today I'm digging into part 5 out of 6 of my intuitive eating summer series. If you haven't listened to the last 4 parts, we have covered ditching diets and making peace with food, the satisfaction factor, the food police, navigating hunger and fullness cues, and emotional eating. I encourage you to go listen to those first and then come back here for today's episode all about respecting your body. I'm Kristin Dovbniak, holistic nutritionist and mama of 2, and this is the Healthy Balanced Mama podcast, where I believe every mama is a super mama, and you deserve to feel like one too, and you don't need to go on another diet to do it. This is a podcast about ditching the diet dogma, embracing intuitive eating, real food, and living healthy, happy, and whole. My aim with this series is to give you short and sweet, practical advice to begin to implement the 10 principles of intuitive eating into your life. To learn more about the 10 principles, check out episode 4, the 10 principles of intuitive eating, which I will link in the show notes for you to go and listen to an overview of all 10 principles. So like I said today, we are digging deep into the importance of body respect. I think it's important first to talk about what it means to respect our bodies and how it differs from loving our bodies. We live in a culture that is constantly body bashing, glorifying weight loss as the only means to health, and oftentimes being in a more ideal body shape is seen as being more worthy or valued in society. It is so common for someone who's been stuck in the diet or obsessive wellness world for some time, especially someone who struggled with their weight, to have negative feelings about their body. This is normal and to be expected in the culture in which we live. Just because you're doing the work to eat intuitively doesn't mean a flip is going to switch and you're suddenly going to love your body. There might still be areas you're uncomfortable with. And as you learn to tune into your body and create more positive self-talk, you will learn to appreciate all your body does for you. But learning to love your body as a whole is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. But what you can begin to do, the first step and an essential part to the intuitive eating process, is respecting your body. Your body is your home. I believe it is God created and it is the only one you are ever going to have. Your body has done so much for you. It has carried you from place to place throughout your life. It has been with you through every up and down. For many of us, it has grown and birthed children. It rocks your babies to sleep, comforts loved ones with a warm embrace, holds hands with your significant other. Respecting your body simply means honoring your body and all it has done for you, treating your body with the kindness it deserves and meeting its basic needs. So how do we even begin to do this? There are a few ways we can begin to practice respecting our bodies. The more we implement these practices, the more you will develop reverence for your body and all it's done for you, rather than constantly bashing or putting it down. I've said before that we can't truly take care of a body we hate. Truly taking care of our body begins with respecting it. So today I want to explore 4 facets of body respect with you. Comparing ourselves to others, having gratitude for what our body does for us, creating more positive self-talk, and honoring our bodies by meeting their needs. Comparison is the thief of joy. Theodore Roosevelt. How often do you notice yourself comparing yourself to others? Whether it's your body, career, relationships, motherhood, achievements, or any combination of the above, comparing ourselves to others creates unnecessary suffering. It takes the care away from ourselves and puts it on how someone else is showing up in the world. How much more could we care for ourselves if we stopped caring about how we compare to others? Comparing ourselves to others creates one of 2 feelings. Either superiority, feeling like we're better than them, or envy, feeling like they are better than we are. And the thing about these 2 feelings don't create change in our lives. Comparison inhibits growth because it traps us in a constant game of better than, less than, taking up brain space that could be used in growing our relationships with food, ourselves, and those around us. It creates an unnecessary divide between us and the people around us, whether we realize it or not. and it takes away from experiencing life to the fullest. I want you to take a second right now and just consider, when has comparing yourself to others helped you become more present in experiencing your life? How is comparing yourself to others taking away from experiencing life to the fullest? In order to stop comparing, we need to start appreciating the God-given qualities we have been gifted with. What is special about you? What do you bring to the world outside of the critical thoughts you are placing on yourself or someone else? It would be great if you have a pen and paper and could write these down. Are you intelligent, funny, a hard worker, compassionate, a good mother, a great cook, a loving wife, a great listener, a good friend? Are you musical, artistic, a good writer, speaker, athlete? Are you loving, generous, thoughtful? Consider the qualities that mean so much more than your weight, the size of your body, or the accomplishments you've made versus those someone else has. None of us are living the same lives, so there's no reason to compare them. Remember that when it comes to our bodies especially, comparing yourself assumes the person you're comparing yourself to achieved their body in a healthy way. You have no idea if that person looks the way they do due to genetics, extreme dieting, a chronic health condition, or an eating disorder. Comparing yourself to someone in a different body than your own is the surest way to feel bad about yourself. And in the same vein, it's important to be kind to our own bodies. We were born with a unique genetic blueprint, a set point that determines our height, hair color, eye color, shoe size, muscle type, and yes, weight range and body type. You wouldn't expect someone who wears a size 8 shoe to fit into a 6, so why would you expect your body to fit into a size that isn't natural for it? The only way to find your natural body size? It's not by restricting or even exercising more. It's by tuning into your body's needs. Your body's set point will begin to emerge the more you take care of your body, accept your genetic blueprint, whatever it might be, and tune into your body's hunger, fullness, and satisfaction cues. Intuitive eating can feel different for moms. We have so many things vying for our attention: diapers to be changed, laundry to be folded, spills to clean up, and other tiny humans to be fed. Telling a mom to just tune into her body can feel next to impossible. But if you are like many of the moms I know, you're exhausted at the idea of going on yet another diet. I get it. It was exactly where I was just a few years ago. I was so sick of tracking macros and trying to stick to another plan with my busy life. I had stopped enjoying food, and I was spending so much time thinking about it that I could have spent with my family. I knew there had to be another way. A way outside of measuring, tracking, and counting. There is intuitive eating. Learning to nourish yourself and your family beyond dieting. But it doesn't have to feel like a daunting endeavor. I want to make intuitive eating work in your real mama life, which is why I created the free Intuitive Mama 5-day mini-series starting on August 26th. It's an audio program delivered via email specifically designed to help moms better tune into their bodies and live their healthiest lives beyond dieting. We'll go over how to tune in when life feels crazy, how to honor your hunger when you feel like you don't have time, how to deal with mom emotions without turning to food, how to make peace with all foods and still feed your family healthy foods, how to respect and nurture your body even when it's changing, and so much more. But here is the catch. It will only be available that week, and afterwards, you'll have to become part of the Supermama Society to access it. So if you want access for free, as well as access to our community so we can go through this together, I would love to have you jump on board. Head to supermamasociety.com/moms to sign up now. So many women I work with tell me, and a similar situation was also noted in the Intuitive Eating Workbook, that after years of dieting and restricting, when they look back at a point where they know they hated their bodies, they wish they could have that body now. The best way to find your body's set point is by accepting and surrendering to the body you were meant to have, tuning in and treating it with kindness. But how do we treat our bodies with kindness, especially if we haven't for so long? We can start by creating more positive self-talk. Many of us say things to ourselves we wouldn't dare say to another human out loud. If you wouldn't say that to another person, you shouldn't say it to yourself. Practice noticing the negative thoughts that come up around your body. Say when you're in the shower or changing or see yourself in the mirror. Acknowledge how they make you feel and begin to reframe negative thoughts with positive ones. And statements can be really helpful when you're having a particularly hard day to remind yourself of the positive qualities that you identified earlier. For instance, I am uncomfortable in my body today, and I'm a good listener, a great friend, and an intelligent woman. The first statement almost seems silly when you realize how much value you bring the world outside of how your body looks. When you're in conversation with others, it can also be helpful to just shift the conversation when negative body talk comes up in order to protect yourself and encourage more positive talk as you are navigating body respect and be that example for your friends and family. There are other ways we can encourage body respect as well by meeting our body's basic needs. This includes feeding our bodies when they're hungry, stopping when we're comfortably full, sleeping enough, taking care of our teeth, eating nutrient-dense foods regularly, bathing, participating in self-care rituals that fill our cup, whether it be soaking in a bath, reading a book, or getting a massage. It can also mean dressing in clothes that are comfortable and actually fit, throwing away clothes you've been trying to squeeze into that only make you feel worse about yourself. It's a lot easier to respect a body that you feel physically comfortable in. Taking care of our bodies and honoring them as they are reminds us that our bodies are important. So today I want you to work on 3 things. Number 1, practice noticing when you're comparing yourself to others and remind yourself that no benefit comes from comparison. And remember that list of positive qualities you marked down. There is so much more to you than your body. Number 2, work on accepting your genetic blueprint and showing gratitude for what you have and what your body has done for you. In the body you have, what have you experienced? What have you done? What have you accomplished? And number 3, ask yourself, how can I show my body respect by taking better care of myself on a daily basis? I know that was a lot to take in, friend. Thank you for sticking with me. Body respect is a huge part of intuitive eating. But like I said in the beginning, it is a journey. Take it one step at a time. If you want help digging deeper into how respecting your body can benefit your journey to food and body freedom, shoot me an email, chris@healthymamakris.com, to book a free one-on-one discovery session. Friends, I only have one more episode in this series for you. I hope you have been enjoying it. If you have a question you'd like answered for my end of series Q&A, head to the link in the show notes. And don't forget to tag me on Instagram and Facebook @HealthyMamaKris with the progress that you're making. I love to hear from you. Thank you, friends, so much for listening to this episode of the Healthy Balanced Mama podcast. I truly hope it encouraged and inspired you today to live a healthier life without restriction. If you enjoyed this podcast, would you do me a huge favor and give it a star rating and review in iTunes? Every rating, review, and subscribe helps this podcast be seen and heard by more women who need to hear it. You can find me, Kristin, on Instagram and Facebook @HealthyMamaKris or on my website, healthymamakris.com. And don't forget to join us in the newly launched Supermama Society, a monthly membership to help you tune in to your intuition and nourish yourself without restriction, to live like the supermama I know you are. As a reminder, the information and opinions on this podcast are intended for information and inspiration only and are not a substitute for professional medical advice or treatment. Please consult with your healthcare practitioner before making any changes. Have a beautiful day, friends.